Hey everybody. Uh, I'm heading to Best Buy right now. Whew, God, I'm tired. I just ran up a big ass hill over there. Okay, let me catch my breath. Okay, I'm heading to Best Buy right now. I'm trying to get a stick shift for my steering wheel setup for my computer. I got the new Forza Horizon 4 game, and I'm wanting to try to make it as realistic as possible. And I'm a huge muscle car fan, so sorry about that. Got a notification on my phone. I'm a really big muscle car fan. I mean, I like hypercars too. My favorite hypercar is actually the McLaren P1 GTR. But my favorite muscle car is the Camaro. Pretty much any Camaro, but my favorite is the Camaro ZL1. But or the ZL1 1LE is actually my all-time favorite. But anyway, I'm wanting to get a stick shifter, you know, the kind that has because I have the paddle shifters right now, but I want to get the stick shift. So to make it add some more realism to the game for my muscle cars. Now, with the hypercars, I'll most likely have to use the paddle shifters because, you know, you can't really shift all that fast with the stick shift when it comes to hypercars because they shift gears fast. That's why they have to have launch control in a lot of cars to help you when you launch. Because usually as soon as you take off, you have to go from first gear to second gear like within a split second. Because that's how fast the RPMs go up. I mean, they go up so fucking fast, dude. They go all the way up. They go from, 900 to like 9,000 in just, a split second. So as soon as you hit the gas, you got to switch to second gear, depending on your wheel spin as well. But yeah, it's really hard to do it with the stick shift. I think I've heard some people have been able to do it. I guess it just depends on how good you are. I might be able to get good enough to where I can use a stick shift with a hypercar. But anyway, I want to get this with my muscle cars. Hopefully I'll like it. Hopefully I'll like the stick shift. If I don't, then I'll be heading back up here to return it. I'm a really big believer in getting a refund if the product I buy isn't up to par with what I'm wanting and what I'm looking for in a product. But hopefully I'll like it. Hopefully I'll like it and I'll keep it. So I'm almost there. I'm behind the building. It's actually a shopping center. See, it's like a whole bunch of stores connected to each other. So it's like a little shopping center, like a little miniature mall or whatever. But yeah, so hopefully I can get in there. Hopefully they have it in stock because I called them yesterday around, I think it was around 7. It's just a few hours before they were about to close. And I asked the lady, I was like, hey, do y'all have the Logitech driving force stick shift thing? And she's like, shit. So she looked it up. She's like, yeah, we have a few left in stock. I was like, okay, cool. Hopefully their computer's not lying. Hopefully, because sometimes if something gets stolen, it'll show up on the computer that they still have them in stock. But if it's a missing product, they're not going to scan it and it's not going to show up on their computer that it's, been sold. So sometimes that happens. But hopefully there's some left in here. I'm going to try to get it. There were some people saying that the Logitech one doesn't feel like real stick shift. Like it doesn't feel realistic. Because whenever you're driving, you can feel the force of the gears switching in the stick. Whenever you're shifting, you can actually feel the vibrations and everything inside the stick. Well, they say that it's supposed to be a driving force stick shift, so it's supposed to have the force feedback like the steering wheel. Now, I love the steering wheel. Steering wheel has really realistic feedback. It really does simulate like you're driving a real car when you're steering and shit. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm hoping is that the stick shift will have enough force feedback to make it feel more realistic. But if it, like I said, if it's not up to par, if I'm not up to my satisfaction, then I'll just return it. I mean, it is $60 after all. If it's not up to par, I'm definitely going to have to return it. But I think they give like 14 days at Best Buy to decide whether you want to return the product or not. So that's pretty good. They'll give me plenty of time to figure out whether I'm gonna like it, and also mess around with the settings and make sure I have everything set correctly to get the most realism out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, guys. I'm probably gonna go ahead and start recording when I get inside the store, so I'll continue it on that, and then I'll show you all the product if they have it in stock. Anyway, guys, peace. Well, they have one in stock, guys. One in stock, literally. I got here just in time too. They had only one left. That's the only one I see here. But yeah, I'm gonna get it. So everybody, I actually got this a lot cheaper. They have a price match, so its price was $59.99. I got it down to $52.28 with tax. I think it was 55 something. So I saved some money, guys. Price saved about almost 10 bucks. I got the shifter, got it in the baggie. I'm gonna get it home, test it out. Right now, I'm not sure because my pets are needing some new shit, and I need to still go try to pay off that Pokemon game as soon as possible because it comes out in like less than a month now. So yeah. Well, I got the stick shift set up, and so far I actually really enjoy it. I don't really have much to complain about it. When I first got it, I thought there was something wrong with the shifter. Okay, look. I'm pressing the clutch right now. I'm putting it into first gear. See, it's in the first gear. It was in neutral, now it's in first. Now, just a minute, let's see if I can maneuver out of here with one hand. It's kind of hard to do this with my phone in my hand. Okay, so you switch into second, now I'm in second gear. So it switches gears pretty damn fast. Let's switch back into first. And then put it back into neutral. Neutral position is right in the middle. I'm not sure if it's like that in a real vehicle or not. I've never driven a real manual car before. But yeah, so it's in neutral right now. Let's see if y'all can see that. Yeah, see, it's in neutral, and it's in neutral position. Now for reverse, of course, it's like, you know, your regular standard. You know, first gear here, then second, then third, then fourth, then fifth, and then sixth. For reverse, you push this down and you pull it over here. Now it's in reverse. So I actually like that. I think that's pretty damn clever. I like that. Once again, I'm not sure if that's how it is in a real manual transmission because I have never driven an actual manual transmission. How I taught myself how to drive a manual transmission is through simulation. Which this is the exact same thing. It's the exact same concept as a real manual transmission. There might be a few slight differences between the two, just slight differences, but I haven't really noticed much difference. But I always say is that I really love these pedals because they're made out of steel. They're made out of stainless steel. Got that gas pedal, got the brakes. See, when you hit the brakes, brake lights come on. And then you got the clutch, which it doesn't simulate the clutch on the screen. And then you got the accelerator for the gas. Listen to that thing, man. Listen to it. I love the sound of Camaros, man. I love Camaros. But yeah, I like the shifter so far. I mean, I actually enjoy it. I'm probably going to keep it. The only complaint that I have, which I kind of had a feeling, is there really isn't any force feedback. I thought that this was going to have some force feedback where when shifting gears, you know how when you shift gears you could feel the, you know, the vibration of the clutch hitting the flywheel and everything. You would think that it would have simulated that. It would have some kind of, at least some kind of vibration in here to simulate like you're, you know, catching the gears and everything. Whenever you go to put it in gear, you would think that it would, you know, whenever you're switching, whenever you're driving. I mean, it's kind of understanding if you're just in idle and you're not moving, but whenever you're actually driving, you would think it would be set to where it would vibrate when switching between gears, you know. but it doesn't. I mean, that's the only thing I really complain about. I honestly thought that it would have force feedback because it actually says on the box right here, it says driving force shifter. So by that, I honestly thought that it was meaning that it would have the force feedback, you know, like the steering wheel. And once again, I love the force feedback in the steering wheel. I actually raised the vibration on this thing because the vibration was actually a little low, and I like mine to have extremely high vibration and really high tension in the steering wheel. I have the tension set at max, so I got full tension. So it's really hard to steer. I mean, it's almost as hard to steer a vehicle that has no power steering. That's the way I like it. I like it really hard to steer. I like it like that for when I'm racing because you feel more in power. If you're driving a steering wheel, it's all loose and it's all, you know, all over the place. It's not going to feel realistic. You're not going to feel the jerks and stuff of whenever you hit bumps and you're making sharp, you know, curves and everything. You're not going to feel all of that as strongly without that extra force feedback. So I like the extra force feedback. I also raised the vibration level, and I raised the force, the centering, the center force. The center force is basically like this, where it comes back around, you know, like it does in a real car. You know, the steering wheel pops back around. So I have it set at max. Well, I don't have this set at max, actually. I have it set at 100% on my...
Oh, there he is.
I have it set on 100% on my other set, but on the game I have it set at 100, not 200. But anyway, yeah, so the shifter is really cool, guys. So, and there's my mom, by the way. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Bye.